Hello, I'm Bud McCord. I'm here in Brazil, South America. It is January the 2nd, 2023. I hope you're well. It's 8:30 a.m. here in Brazil, which means it would be 11:30 a.m. in Lisbon, Portugal. It would be 1:30 p.m. in Israel, and it would be very, very early in San Francisco. I do these studies in the morning early because Brazil gets progressively more and more noisy in the mornings. And so if I can get to do this about this time, it works well to do something live on the internet. It's a brand new year. We all have this year to live, to rejoice in, to release in, to live by faith. And I began to pray about what kind of a study I would like to do for my own benefit and what might be helpful to you as well. And I found an outline from many years ago of a book that I have not yet written, but I want to write in this coming year. And the title of the book would be Answers That Satisfy. Answers That Satisfy. And I got to looking through the organization for this book, and it's 49, 7 times 7, 49 questions that I believe every believer in Jesus Christ should be able to answer in a satisfying way. In other words, these are questions that as a follower of Christ, if someone asked you, you would be able to give them a satisfying answer, an answer that frees you up to not have to work to go looking for this truth, but rather you found this truth. So 8:30 in the morning, Brazil time, I'm going to come on live. That's always a little bit risky because I make mistakes and things happen and the power goes out and the internet's a mess sometimes. But I think we can get it done. We've been doing this now for years. And I'm going to answer 1 or 2 questions each day. And I believe I can get done with this by about the 10th of February. And then Pam and I are going to be coming up to the United States for 5 weeks. We should get to the U.S. in about February the 16th. So when I'm traveling up there with Pam, I don't have time to sit down and do the lives and things like that. So we probably take a break. But I really, really, really enjoy your company. And I enjoy just sharing some of these things that have been satisfying to me. Let me give you an idea of what the questions might sound like or going to sound like, and maybe you can see whether or not this would be helpful for you in your walk with Jesus. It's broken up into weeks, but it's going to be not following a weekly thing. It's Monday to Friday. And here's the first question. It's about the Christian life. What is the Christian life? What is the Christian life? Does something come to you really quickly? Do you have an answer that you could give if somebody asked you that question? What is the Christian life? I'm not going to answer it today. We'll do that beginning tomorrow. Second question, where is the Christian life? Where is it? If you wanted to find the Christian life or direct someone to the Christian life, or somebody said, where can I find the Christian life? What would you say to them? What would be a satisfying answer for you and for the person? What is the goal of the Christian life? What is the goal of the Christian life? Fourth question, how does the Christian life work? How does it work? Does it work the same for everybody? Does it work for only those who can manage it? How does it work? The fifth question, what is the fuel or the source of the Christian life? What keeps the Christian life renewable? How does it actually cause us to be able to live this life, the Christian life? Number 6, what is the enemy of the Christian life? Is there something in the world that is against the Christian life? Is it more powerful than Christian life? How much of the Christian life is available to me or to you right now? Those are the first 7 questions. Now they sound simple, but you're never going to be able to put them to use until you can come to the place where you, in a a satisfaction comes to you that you have understood this truth. You know, Jesus said, if you abide in my words, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So there's a sense in which every one of these answers is in Christ. In Christ, there's a satisfying answer to each of these questions. And if we can understand what he says about each of these things, then we can live a more satisfying life. Because there's a real power in getting to an answer. It liberates us to move on, to look and answer other questions. The second group of questions is, what is a disciple? What is a disciple? Could you answer that satisfactorily in a way that people could understand it simply? What is required of a disciple? What is required of a disciple? Who disciples a disciple? Who can disciple a person? What are the qualifications needed to actually disciple another person or make them a disciple of Jesus? What resources make discipleship possible? If you're going to disciple people, or you want to be a disciple, what resources do you have to use? What is the primary resource that allows us to disciple people? Where and when are disciples needed? Where in the world and when in the world are disciples needed? According to Jesus, where should disciples be right now? What should they be doing where they're at? Another question that has troubled me is, what can stop a disciple? What is the power in the world that can stop a disciple? Is there a power that's greater than the world? How important is a single disciple? How important am I? How important are you? Are we important at all? Those are just the first 14 of 49 questions, and it's going to be good for me to answer them in a simple and logical and thoughtful way. And I thought it might be interesting to start this new year and just raise these questions. And if you feel like that you've got these questions pretty well answered and it's satisfying, then you're free. If your answers match the answers of Jesus and you've got this clear, then it certainly will liberate you for good living in 2023. We'll do this Monday to Friday each week. And I'm inviting you, invite your friends if you'd like to. These are always published on Facebook, and then afterwards, a young man who helps me with all of the media things I don't understand, he'll post it on YouTube. And we have the channel on YouTube. It's Bud McCord at Abide International in YouTube and in English, and here live on Facebook. I hope you're ready for a really, really great year in Jesus Christ. I don't know what phase of life you're in. I don't know exactly where all of you are, but I can say this, that Christ in you is the hope of glory. And Christ in you is the hope of being able to answer in a deeply satisfying way these questions, or any question that comes into our lives. So it's going to be a pleasure for me tomorrow morning to, God willing, at 8:30 a.m. here in Brazil. That'd be 6:30 a.m. in the United States. It'll be 11:30 a.m. in Lisbon. It'll be, I think, 1:30 in the afternoon in Jerusalem. I say these cities because I know that there'll be people listening from those places whenever they have the moment to listen to these on Facebook or on YouTube. So I hope you have a great day. I'm very excited about this. I know for a fact it'll do me a lot of good. It already has done good for me to go back through this list, and maybe it'll inspire me to finish the book that eventually could be helpful to other people. This has been helpful to me. Hey, have a great day. Leave a message here on Facebook, and so I can know that a few people have already heard this, and then we'll gather our group for this particular study, and we'll have a great time together. God bless you. Have a great day in Jesus.